Hello, and welcome back to DriveTracker. In this tutorial, you'll learn how to export routes from DriveTracker to your Garmin GPS devices. Once you've created, configured, and optimized a route entirely, you'll be able to export the route as a GPX file. To export the route as a GPX file, click on the Garmin button that appears in the toolbar on the left side of the View Directions page. Your computer should then download a file with the same name as your route, which is export in this case, and a GPX file extension. The best way to download routes onto your Garmin device is a piece of software called Garmin Basecamp. To download the software, navigate to www.garmin.com/en-us/software/basecamp. Then download the correct version of the software based on the type of computer that you have. Additionally, you'll need to connect your Garmin device to your computer using a USB cable. The software is slightly different on Macs and on PCs, so in this tutorial, I'll show you how to use Basecamp on a Mac first and then on a PC. Once you've downloaded Basecamp, open the application. A task launcher menu should appear, and you'll want to click on the Manage Your Device icon. Then, click out of the pop-out and click on the My Collection tab. Basecamp will read all of the files on your Garmin device to your computer, and you should be able to see a list of all of the locations and routes stored on your Garmin device. To import a new route, go to the toolbar at the very top of the page, click on File, and then click on Import into My Collection. Your computer's File Explorer dialog box should appear, and you can then select the correct GPX file. If you're on a Mac, then click on Import, and if you're on a PC, click on Open. The file should appear under the My Collection tab, and it should contain all of the stops on your route as well as a file named DTR Export. Click on the DTR Export file, and in the drop-down menu at the top, specify that you are driving the route instead of it being a direct route between the stops. Your route will then be loaded, and you can also rename the route at this point so that it's more recognizable. Finally, X out of that dialog box, which should save your changes, and then click on the up arrow in the upper left-hand corner of the page to export your new route to the Garmin device. In the box that appears, make sure that the correct Garmin device is displayed and click Send. The route should now be available on your Garmin device, although its location on the device might differ based on the specifications and model of the device that you own. On the Nuvi 65LM, the device that I'm using, you can access your DriveTracker routes by tapping on Apps and then on Trip Planner. A list of your imported routes will then appear, and you can select and begin the correct route. Keep in mind, however, that this process will be different based on the Garmin device that you're using. The process for operating Garmin Basecamp on a PC is very similar. Once you've downloaded the software, click on Device and then Receive from Device. Make sure that you've selected the correct device and then click OK. All of your device's data will then be imported into your collection. Make sure that you see everything that you've imported, and then you can proceed with the DriveTracker import. Click on File, and then click on Import into My Collection. Then, select the GPX file that you exported from DriveTracker and click on Open. A new folder should appear labeled Export. Click on that folder and then click on the route name. There, you need to specify that you're driving rather than taking a direct route, and you can also rename the route for clarity. Once you're done configuring the options, click Recalculate so that Basecamp knows that you're driving, and then X out to save your changes. To export the new route to your device, click on Device, and then click on Send My Collection to Device. Make sure that you've selected the correct device, click OK, and once you see a green check mark next to the internal storage folder, you know that your export has been successful. You can also drag and drop downloaded GPX files directly into the GPX folder on your Garmin device. This method, however, only puts the stops on your route as separate destinations instead of one continuous route, which might not be optimal. If you have any questions, please submit a support ticket on DriveTracker or visit one of Garmin's technical support pages at support.garmin.com.